We are 73 days away from opening day. Only 73 days, so that gets me excited. Unless you're a free agent that doesn't have a team yet. And you could literally put a roster together of guys that haven't signed a free agent contract yet. We actually did that, so you're welcome. We'll start in the outfield. Yeah. Jock Peterson's in the left. We had Cody Bellinger, a terrific center fielder. Tommy Pham made a name for himself. He just did with the Diamondbacks. In the infield, Matt Chapman, Tim Anderson, Whit Merrifield, Rhys Hoskins at first. You got JD as a DH, Josh Hader's your best reliever, Blake Snell's a reigning Cy Young Award winner, and Gary Sanchez found it again with the Padres behind the plate. So if you were starting a team with the guys that are available, who would you pounce on and give a contract right now?
Pops out right away, JD Martinez. Ooh. For what he did last year in L.A., in that line, I think they're going to miss him out there, to tell you the truth. I know they've gotten some big guys, but when you look at his numbers, had his personal best since 2019, 33 home runs, drove in 103 runs, almost a 900 OPS. I mean, this guy, and he's so good. But look at that, Cliff, in 113 games, dude. 103 runs he drove in 113 games. They're going to miss that bat. This guy can still flat out hit. And that right center power for him, that's where, he's at his best. But I look at a team like Arizona. Wow, you talk about another bat in that lineup that is just a veteran guy with some of those young players. This guy can flat out still rake, and he pops off the screen at me right away.
What he did in Arizona for a half a season pops off the screen. He didn't play 70 games. He almost hit 30 bombs.
Yeah, incredible.
I couldn't believe they didn't bring him back.
He can hit.
All right, so give me a guy that you would sign right away from that group.
That was a really good list of free agents.
That'd be a good team.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good team, right? They go at it. I'm going with Cody Bellinger. And I saw a lot of them last year, but I think the biggest thing is, let's forget about numbers for once. Right? Just forget about the numbers and what he did and comeback player of the year and all that stuff. Let's talk about health. I think it's overlooked. Because when you're healthy, it changes your whole game. But it doesn't change your game from a standpoint of the numbers. I think it changes your game from a standpoint of confidence. And when you have confidence, I think you go out there on the field, and some guys, they find it again, and you cannot lose it. That's the type of talent he is. So when you're watching Cody Bellinger and you see the comeback season of what he didn't do in L.A., and we're saying, well, he has to find it. Well, how can you find something when you ain't healthy? It's the hardest thing to do in any sport.
When you're healthy.
I don't care who you are. So to see him now and look at this, and I say to myself, okay, what's changed? Because I saw him in spring training. Nothing changed from a batting stance. Nothing changed from how he stood at the plate. Nothing changed other than the noggin, the head, right? What was going on every single day? The numbers on the right speaks to health. And I believe a team is getting a healthy guy with a lot of confidence. And I don't know. Look, if I'm good in one spot, and we were just talking about a minute ago, Case and I don't know how you leave a good situation. I just don't know if you really want to stick your toe in something that's just uncertain again, because you felt that. You've had that where it didn't feel good in L.A. And
you're saying he should stay in Chicago.
Well, I mean, it makes sense to me. Right? And look, I'm not spending nobody's money, but it makes sense when you go somewhere and it's familiar, the fans love you, the team loves you, they need you more than anything, and you were winning. You've changed the culture in Chicago again, and if you change the culture over there in Wrigleyville, boy, you on to something.
If he goes back to Chicago, I think he should have a new teammate, because my guy is, I believe, the number one most dominant free agent left. That's Josh Hader. And Josh Hader, the Chicago Cubs, makes a ton of sense. I was shocked when the Cubs front office didn't go get David Rossler, former manager, new toys to play within his bullpen. They kind of rode with it, and they were within striking distance. Josh Hader played for Craig Counsell. Craig Counsell adhered to his restrictions. He will not pitch 3 days in a row. He will not get up and then get back down, which means he's not going to come in the 8th. And then sit down and then come back in the 9th. He's only going to pitch the 9th. Craig Counsell managed him beautifully. He went to San Diego, struggled right after he got traded. But then when his restrictions were adhered to last year, because he cares about durability, this won't be his last bite of the apple, by the way. No. I mean, Billy Wagner's going to get in the Hall of Fame, pitch till he was 38 years old. Yeah. So Josh Hader's going to get 2 contracts if he stays healthy. He wants to stay healthy. I think it's a 5-year deal. Why not go to the Cubs? Craig Counsell knows how to manage him, and the Cubs need another weapon in the back end.
I love that, but you know what? He got knocked for that.
He shouldn't be knocked for that.
Well, I'm just saying he got knocked last year for it. He just did. I mean, people really questioning, like, hey, do you want to win?
End of the year, Bob Melvin wasn't happy. Look, at the end of the day, we got to start caring about relievers a bit more.
I do. And he knew he was going to be a free agent, too.
Yes.
And he's like, you know what? I'm having a good year, and I'm settling in, and I'm not going to blow out my arm.
Hey, look, I'm on board with y'all.
That's how
I'm just saying, when you look at teams that are winning, and you look at teams that will take you right, to the brink where you're like, hey, man, we don't want your arm to fall off, but we need these wins to get us over the top, to put us in a position to get to postseason and win. I'm in agreement with both of you. I believe, he should be able to say, because he's earned the right to say, hey, I'm not pitching more in 2 days. I'm just saying he got knocked last year.
You're right. There are some teams that wouldn't be a good fit. I'm saying the Cubs are perfect because his former manager knew how to manage those pitching restrictions.
I like that.
So it'd be great to see him sign with the Cubs. Hey, this was an international signing period. It began on Monday, and there's some big names. $4.2 million for a shortstop. That kid got paid. Obviously, immense talent. Adolfo Sanchez got 2.7 to the Cincinnati Reds. An interesting, notable to pass along was Vladdy Miguel Guerrero. The Mets signed Vladdy's little brother. There's their father, the Hall of Famer, standing next to him. I mean, I'm sorry. Any Guerrero,
I sign him up.
I want him on my team.
Right.
Yeah, if it says Guerrero and he's Vlad's son, I'll take him.
What was the signing bonus?
Oh, I think $1 million.
That's a little light.
No, I think it was like $100,000.
Oh yeah, $100,000.
That's
crazy. That's crazy.
It wasn't $170,000.
I'm telling you,
bro.
Cliff.
Notable international signings of all time. Why is this a big deal? Look at it. Yordan Alvarez,
superstars.
These are all some of the best players in the game.
Altuve, $15,000. What are we doing?
What? Maybe it was 124 Guerrero.
So again, international signing period is underway. On this Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we are so excited to catch up with one of our dear friends, the president of the Negro League Museum in Kansas City, in the very snowy city of Kansas City. Bob Kendrick joins us after the break on MLB Tonight.